So we took these out of the fridge, and you can see that it's fallen a little, and it's springy, but it's not sort of as puffy as it was last night. There's a little bit of a difference, but that's just from the cold. And so we put the oven on at 475, and we let that come up to temperature with the pots in the oven. They're in there, and then when it came up to temperature, we let it go for another 15 minutes beyond that to heat up those pots, so they're really, really hot. I have 2 parchment papers out here, one for each loaf. And I'm just going to put this on here and gently take it out. Go slow in case it's sticking. And the flour on there is okay. I just sort of disperse it a little. And now we're going to make those cuts. So I have to go in here be careful with the razor blade because it's super sharp. And I'm going to make a deep cut in a curve, like a half moon from stem to stern. And you have to be sort of bold. So I'm going to cut it pretty deep and hard. And that's going to allow it to spring open in a controlled manner and not break. And then you can just put any kind of decoration you like. That makes it sort of like a wheat pattern. And then I'll do the other one. So I took one of each of the fast one and the slow one, and we'll see if there's a difference. You can see this one's sort of leathery. It's a different texture, so we'll see what happens here. And the reason you put it on parchment paper is because those pans are so hot. This gives you a little bit of safety to get it into the pots. So I'm going to do the same kind of cut here, and you have to be bold. I'm in almost this whole way of the razor blade. You want a deep cut. So those 2 are ready to go in, and then I'll show you how to get them in as safely as you can. I'm a little skeptical about this one. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. This one looks right. This looks a little, but you just never know. Okay. So you have to be super careful. You don't want to lose the heat you've gained in there, but you don't want to touch these. So I'm going to put one out at a time and let that heat stay in there. I'm going to take the lid off. And now I'm going to put the first one in. And I'm going to put the round one in the round shape, but it doesn't really matter. So I use the parchment paper to get in there and not touch the sides. Lid goes back on. And then this goes back in, and I take the next one out. You just have to be really careful not to touch the pan. These are so hot that the color of the pan actually changed. The lids are on, they're in there. And now I set the timer for 20 minutes. And when that's up, I take the lids off. We'll see a little bit of spring. And then I'll turn the temperature back to 450 or 460 and let them go another about 22 minutes. And if you really want to be precise, if you have a thermometer, I'll stick it in if I'm not sure. And it should be at least 200 degrees. And then you know the bread's ready to go. Then you take it out and you let it cool on a cooling rack for at least an hour. And that's it.